Well, mate, I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded, but I'm ready for something else to eat again.
Yes, how good were those margaritas?
Oh my
Did you enjoy them?
Jeez, I'll tell you what.
Nice and refreshing. Nothing wrong with a margarita before midday, Trev. In moderation, of course.
And after.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
Any
after
time of
midday
day.
somewhere in the world. All right, so what do we got next?
Okay, so when we went for a cruise around your garden before, the first thing I noticed was the kaffir lime leaf. And it reminded me of my childhood, Trev, because it's such a beautiful dish. And my nana used to cook with this a lot. And I'll tell you something about my nana. So she's just recently turned 100 years of age.
Wow.
She is an absolute bull. She was one of 21 children.
What?
I know. So she was born in Burma, so she's Anglo-Burmese. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to create a dish today that's inspired by my nana, who's just turned 100.
Good on you, Nana. Wow,
Yeah.
what an achievement. 100. How awesome is that?
All right, so let's make the sauce first, all right? So what I'll do is I'll put a bit of heat on.
Okay, we're cooking with gas again.
Cooking with gas, yeah. So natural gas, affordable.
One of the great things is ATCO supply the gas to over 780,000 homes and businesses across WA. Heat on the pan.
Yes, okay. So we've got a little bit of olive oil here. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. Okay. We're just going to use a little bit of lemongrass, all right? We'll get that sort of going.
What, straight in?
Straight in,
Just
yeah,
like that?
Just straight in, that's
Yeah.
right. It's beautiful, the kaffir lime leaves,
Yep.
okay? So we're just gonna sort of throw them in here. A little bit of garlic, these beautiful Asian flavours. Galangal,
Yeah.
all right? So galangal, again, just really goes well with Asian flavours.
It's quite different to ginger. It's quite different to...
It's hard to explain, like when people say, oh, what's galangal? It's not ginger, but you know, it does look like ginger.
It's got its own distinct flavours.
All right, so I've got some coconut cream now that I'm going to add to this dish. But I'll let that reduce now. We've got some oyster sauce.
Yeah.
All right, so the oyster sauce is going to go in as well.
Wow,
All right.
what a combination.
And a little bit of chicken stock, okay, just to sort of help soften the oyster sauce. And now fish sauce. Now you don't need too much fish sauce,
Yep.
as you know.
So again, saltiness.
Very,
bit of
very
tang.
salty. And now, a little bit of palm sugar, okay, and again, this will really help,
Salt.
sweeten salt.
Yeah.
So, and we'll just let that go. That's just going to slowly
How good does that smell?
just
right?
reduce
Already?
away like that, okay? So I'll put that onto a low heat. You know what, I reckon this kaffir lime leaf,
You can't go wrong with it.
this is the hero of the dish. So let's actually throw a little bit more kaffir lime leaf. Once that sort of starts to soften and come together quite nicely, we can start to get onto our fish.
Well, that's looking pretty good.
Look at that.
You want
Now
this one?
time to get our Combe Bay barramundi on. I don't know if I told you, Trev, but I work at Catalano Seafood, so I do a little bit of work
In your spare
with
time?
them. In my spare time, if I've got any spare time, yeah. So between the seafood game and the radio, there is not much going on in my life, but a great WA family business.
Yeah.
So let's throw this Combe Bay barramundi in. All right, and you
There's
see that?
sizzle.
See this sizzle and
Yeah,
shrink
and
up as
contract
well?
straight away.
Yes, it does. Look at that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up, all right, and we're just going to turn it like so.
Oh, yeah,
and look
you
at
can
that.
see the gold in
you
the
know, and that
sorting.
is just absolutely beautiful. So I reckon this fish is now probably cooked 75% of the way
Right.
through. So we'll put that sauce
on.
back on, all right? And what I'll do now, just to finish this off, all right, I'll add our barramundi to this sauce.
Into the sauce.
All right.
So you're going to get the flavour of
flavours.
all of those ingredients now coming up into the fish.
While that simmers away,
Yep.
let's make a little garnish for our fish. So we've got some beautiful coriander here. So we'll just add a little bit like this. So let's get some chilli, a bit of shallot. Yeah, that'd be
Shallots?
great.
All right,
yeah.
well, I'm going to leave
So-
you in charge of the knife because you seem to know what you're doing.
Okay, so
Got all the flavours.
got the garnish here.
Right.
Trev, so some shallots, coriander, some of your chilies from the garden. Just beautiful, all right?
Mate, you've got a charity that you're going to make a donation to as well as part of what we're doing today, right?
That's right, Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's heartbreaking to see, young kids in particular going through some of the great challenges that they're facing at the moment. But kids are so resilient, and this is a wonderful foundation and charity to be a part of.
And I think that, until you go through something traumatic, and I know, in my family, we
Yes.
went through that with one of my sons, and, these kind-hearted people from Make-A-Wish come in and they just give the kids that lift that they need.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And to see the smile on their face.
Great charity.
that's
Well,
just
we've got
fantastic.
$1,500 coming their way.
Oh, that's that's fantastic.
And do you know what's even better?
Yes.
And this dish, I reckon, is probably going to be the winner, folks. But if the public vote on this and
Yes.
it wins the most number of votes,
Yes.
There's an additional 10 grand going to them. So
Wow, that's
one of the
that's
charities
great.
throughout this
Yeah,
series will
so,
get that, but fingers crossed it's
That's a
Make-A-Wish.
win-win for everyone. So this barramundi is ready to be plated up.
It's perfectly cooked.
Throw that over the top. How good's that, Trev?
Mate, that is amazing. Oh my God. That, you got to be happy with that. You nailed it, mate.
Oh, thanks,
You've
Trev. That's
absolutely
delicious.
nailed it.
Thank you.
This is incredible.